Oh, you want to hear me talk? Well, it's clowning around the ring talking.
Can you dig it, sucker?
I'm gonna meet that man sometime, somehow. I hope the only thing I have on me, though, is like nunchucks. That way it would just be on his signature, would be on a pair of something very random,
That would be Clown.
like very unrelated to his life. Your character. Like none of his characters have ever had nunchucks.
I actually don't have anything on me. Will you sign my shoes?
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Actually,
I'll walk barefoot home if I meet King Booker and all I have is my shoes on me for him to sign. I guess that's how it's going now. I'm barefoot
something.
now.
I'm figuring it out. I'll figure it out.
I feel that. No, I feel that. And that's my boy.
Not everyone gets that treatment. Sometimes if I get the chance, yeah, I'd be like, "What up?" To some people, I did. A lot of the majority of celebs like on my list. I would just be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah. No, King Booker is like probably one of
There's even like,
5. I would do that within the
Yeah.
WWE.
there's even like levels to it for me where it's like, "Oh, whoa, you're such and such," and then it'd be like, that's like level 1, where it's like, I don't want to bug this guy. I don't want to bug this person too hard. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh hey, but if I'm like, you don't look like you're busy, I can tell you're kind of like maybe off right now. I might ask you for a pic. Might ask you how your day is. You know, like just like pass by like a little more nice, a little nicer. And then level 3 is
And that is your host of Clown Around the Ring, Adrian Diesel. He is the man.
But that's probably how I would get us some special tickets.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. And it's your boy Kool Sheen. We're back. What is this? Episode 23?
Something like that.
It's 22, 23. I mean, it's not enough to lose track, but we're actually getting quite a few done. So I'm getting proud of myself. We're getting the swing down.
A lot of pilots. A lot of pilots were filmed.
Yeah,
in
we're
the making of these.
now we really got the stroke on point. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, pause. Happy Pride. Eh?
Because that's what we're here to celebrate. You know what I mean? We're here to celebrate AEW in all facets. You know what I mean?
We're here to
in all
celebrate
facets.
W's.
Facts.
No matter how fast. You know.
Yeah, even if we had a couple quickies
Hey, yo.
go down this week in AEW.
So fine.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's from the right people. It's from the right people. The right people are dominating when they at the right time. This is the time for people like Powerhouse Hobbs and Starks to be stomping. This is the time for
Quick.
people like Wardlow for it to be too easy for. It's just too easy.
It's a little too easy, but at least his opponent had a name. I don't think Powerhouse Hobbs and Absolute Rick Starks don't think that their opponents had names.
True. JD Drake is established
He's
wrestler.
a workhorseman, or he's part of the bear country, or I just don't know.
He's at least established within like TV time.
I know.
Yeah,
I
we've
know
seen
his
him.
name. I
Yeah,
know
we've
his
seen
name,
him.
and I know who he is.
Yeah.
Stable wise, for the birds, huh?
Yeah, his story hasn't really been kept up with, so it's hard to remember exactly where he belongs to. But I know that he's been on TV a few times in the last 6 months. But Wardlow, it was just,
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Yeah, JD Drake was in like a 6-man, I believe, with some bap. I almost said British, or like Great Britain channels or whatever, BBC. British Combat Club, Blackpool Combat Club.
Okay.
Late night episodes. We're back. The other ones
Firing
weren't
off, okay.
Late. This is
No, we're really getting
How
to
you
it on
doing?
a late night. We're trying to see what the vibes are like, you know what I mean? Kind of like how Johnny Elite was. Johnny Elite was just kind of testing the waters, trying to see what the vibes are like. He's in a new space, and he's like, "Sup?" I started watching AEW in like December, maybe November. Like started watching it more religiously. I maybe have seen Miro wrestle once before
Yeah.
this.
That's true too.
So I was kind of I mean, I've seen Johnny Elite get his debut, so I mean, I was
and I do
on his side.
You would have known him in the WWE.
Okay.
Rusev. He had a
Oh,
bit
I feel like
longer- he had a bit longer
yeah.
hair. He was a savage.
Yeah, okay.
Still is a savage. Still does the kick. Still does the same
Might also only remember
killer
him
finisher.
from the video game,
The
but
video game.
still.
He's got taco meat for days up here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A little bit of taco meat keeps it shredded. How you do it?
This was a great match for both of them to kind of show up and off of a clean slate, because I think this company, a lot of people kind of call their shot, I guess, against each other. They see how people perform, and I feel like they want to wrestle with each other. And maybe it doesn't happen right away, but over time, you'll get pushed in the right direction if you're performing well, I feel like, because people will vouch for you. And this was a great showing for both of them. I think a lot of people will want to work with them because of how well they performed, especially Miro, to be honest. Miro's comeback, it was extremely impressive.
The whole locker room is about to get redeemed, and I wonder if his wife is gonna show up or not ever.
You'll have to fill me in. Maybe we can get into that before we watch some wrestling tomorrow. But
His wife.
very nice.
It's very nice. Real quick, storyline-wise, her last storyline that I remember, unfortunately, I think she was like a tag team champion, but I didn't watch it a lot. But on Raw, she was she cheated on Rusev with Bobby Lashley, and things got a little slimy. She ended up marrying Bobby Lashley, leaving Rusev. Yeah, it got a little messy. And then Rusev got fired.
Wow. Then they wrote him off. That's terrible. That makes me want to root for him even more now.
He's the redeemer.
Yeah,
He
he's
redeemed himself when he came here. He had a little bit of a fumble or a stumble with the game all over with the super bad Kip Sabian stuff. But I enjoyed his work there. His work with Freshly Squeezed and the Best Friends were their main feud, I guess.
okay.
Very nice work. He's a good man. Neck of Sand is gone.
Episode title is definitely gonna be Adrian Diesel went grew on us.
Yeah, how you doing?
It's all good, but
Going to take the moon.
hopefully it hits. This is not for kids.
Not for kiddos.
Moving
I don't
on.
tell little kids bedtime stories about little kitties.
You want to talk about some kitties?
No, I don't care that they drink the milk and I got to brush their hair. Don't care. Don't care about soft kitty, warm
Okay,
kitty. Don't care. Don't care. Let's go get coffee. 12 of us. I literally saw 6 bikers the other day parked outside of a Denny's, putting the helmets back on. So there was the post Denny's meetup. They were putting their helmets on. Some of them were putting their goggles on. Some of them had a full helmet with the visor. 6 of them got probably Denny's coffee. One of them definitely got a lumberjack slam. One of them definitely had a milkshake. And one of them was feeling frisky and got himself a burger. Don't know what everyone else got. Hopefully breakfast. Are you ready? Because it's Tony time.
I was just wondering when you wanted to continue the pod.
Whenever the fuck you decided to cut me off.
Dog, I tried the first time.
And I said no, but then you let me. You allowed me.
No
You allowed it to happen.
No.
Let's start the pod.
dude,
Start the pod. Wardlow went on tear. Ward dog.
No, dog. We are talking about, like I said, I'm talking about the kittens, dog. We are on to the ladies.
Whoa, bro. Whoa. Whoa. What fucking decade do you think you're in?
This isn't the
We're
90s
moving on to
anymore.
the fucking chicks, are we? We're moving on to the chicks.
Yes.
We're moving on to the beds.
Yes,
Moving
sir.
on to
Tony Time, Ruby Soho, Ruby Soho. Yes.
Ruby so.
Yes. Yes,
And?
dude.
Who else?
Tony Storm, yes.
And?
Yes, but versus
Say it.
Jamie Hayter. How you doing?
No, but the other one.
And Dr. D.M.D.
So not how you do it.
Yeah, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. I'm not gonna admit.
He could barely do that. How you doing? The Jamie Hater, right? You want me to hear a groove? Do it.
Oh God, no! Please, please, no more Gru, please. But only in spurts for certain words, but not the whole. But yes.
Jamie Hater, how you doing?
Nah, it ain't it.
You know, one of the
That
why I'm
ain't it.
talking like that. I have a fucking the spot on my braces where the band is supposed to go. The little like clip of it is brushing up against my lip, but if I talk a certain way, it doesn't hit it.
How did you like the match?
The match was good. I really enjoy the team of Ruby Soho and Tony. And the little tease of like Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker splitting has kind of been happening. So that's cool. I'm interested because she could do a lot of good solo stuff on her own. I feel like without like being under the shadow.
The henchman, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's time. I think it's time for her to make her moment. Coming up soon.
I kind of felt that way about Storm, though. I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a solo time. Maybe her and Soho are just...
They got, you know.
I
Same
just
beef.
feel... Yeah, I hope that the chemistry doesn't bleed into something, and it's just, let's mess with the doctor. Know what I mean? But yeah, Ruby's really catching on for me, and Tony Storm's been definitely on the rise for sure. Jamie Hayter's also someone who, like you said, I could definitely see getting some solo grinding, and I think that her and Tony would actually play out well together.
I always forget she's got an accent. Hater. I know Tony's got an accent. I heard her talk a lot on SmackDown before she got a pie in the face. But I'm excited because it's like Britt Baker had her her title run, so now it's like, and she got the Owen Hart inaugural women's tournament under her belt too. So it's like she doesn't have to be necessarily winning a whole lot. So it was really nice to see Ruby pin her, even though she wasn't able to get the best of her in the tournament. Blah blah blah. She got a little redemption. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of the redemption happened to him thanks to the Redeemer.
Yeah, and left a little of that sauce.
Left it out. Left it out.
A little of that
bit.
sauce was in the Dynamite ring.
You can have a little bit.
That sauce was in the Dynamite ring for your boy Mox as well.
Don't make me do it. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio. And it's late, and I don't feel like doing it right now. But Daniel Garcia and Moxley had the main event of Dynamite. It got bloody. Because John Moxley, he had a couple of stitches up on his head, the top of the cranium. How you doing? From the Anarchy in the Arena match.
This man should not have been wrestling at this time. I
No,
don't
he
think.
also he got suplexed onto the Double or Nothing like special event chairs. Okay, he, it was a bloody mess all around, and it got bloody again. And Daniel Garcia, gosh darn you tried to put up a hell of a fight. Well, I guess he didn't try to. He did put up a hell of a fight.
Yeah.
And he always wears that backwards fucking hat from the fucking. What are you doing?
Daniel
Yes,
Garcia was our favorite from the JS in the
Still
very,
is.
very beginning. Your favorite? He's still
Don't tell me you've
Up
gone to
there.
Magic Daddy.
nah.
Don't tell me you like wizards. I will throw a fireball at you. 'Cause I'm a sorcerer.
Kinda.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Clowning around the ring. Interdimensional galaxy land. Damn, wait, but he says galaxy, huh?
I don't know, but if you're a sorcerer, prove it. Throw a fireball like he did, and if you can, then I'll believe you. Kind of think the wizard thing's working, and I think it's kind of clown and hilarious and badass.
The best I can do for you right now. I just got off the quick phone call with Chumley. The best I can do with you right now is maybe smoke.
See, but that's what I was trying to tell you. Is I kind of think it's. I think
And
this.
like my mana is almost out, so I gotta eat a little bit. I gotta like power
Well,
up.
because when I really watch the JS segments, the best person delivering lines is Jericho. He makes me feel the most. Like, he goes the hardest on the lines. And in the ring, he puts it on as well, dude. Wait.
Yeah. So obviously,
Wait.
he's gonna be the best one. He's literally fucking 75 years old.
Yeah,
Compared to everyone
but
else in the ring, he's got it under his belt. He's got the tutelage under the belt. Obviously,
excuse,
he's not gonna
dude,
yell a
he's-
whole lot. He's not gonna howl a whole lot like Magic Daddy. Jake Hager just stands there and is a fucking savage and will say a couple lines when he has to suspend your guy.
dude, he's pulling off being a wizard better than they're just pulling off being tough guys, kind of. Sorry, not sorry, saying it.
No, and that's what I mean though. Like, duh, he's going to be able to do that, and I hope
But
that.
no, don't say duh. He's being a wizard better than they're being tough guys. That's kind of crazy, dude. That's just kind of crazy.
All he has to do
you
is
just-
remind you every 45 seconds,
But
and then be a
nah,
hypocrite.
fireball.
Shut up, you're a stupid idiot.
Nah, but fireball.
No, shut up,
dog.
you're a stupid idiot. Because when he is always has been a hypocriticizer. Okay, who is the man? Who is the kind of man he said, quote unquote? Who is the kind of man who would burn another man?
Yeah,
A psychopath.
yeah,
Because Eddie Kingston was gonna burn that man alive. He was gonna burn him.
yeah. That's total psychopath behavior.
Burning someone is psychopath behavior.
Yep. Totally.
Fire and
Oh, yeah,
on a
no,
human
that's-
person is crazy behavior.
Dude. Do you understand the responsibilities that come with being a wizard?
Shut the fuck up.
Got him already.
Shut up.
Got him.
Shut
though.
up, you stupid idiot.
Hey, he didn't come with that comeback,
because-
but that would have killed on the mic. I'm telling you, dude. You don't know the
Did you
responsibilities
obviously
that
didn't see
come
this.
with a
You obviously
wizard.
didn't see.
Dog.
No. Shut up because I'm talking. You obviously didn't see the segment of him throwing the fireball at a random backstage person. All because a backstage worker. All because he had a fucking Moxley shirt on.
Well,
And
this-
then what? What
this-
kind of powerful? Okay,
No,
okay.
sir.
Listen, he wasn't fucking in Hogwarts. He not. Okay, you're not supposed to use magic outside of the fucking realms. Okay, everyone knows that. Chris Jericho shouldn't be able to use his magic on the outside. He obviously needs to be taken down by some professional wrestlers, and he's gonna happen.
Nah, you
and I
just
called.
You don't respect. You don't respect.
Kool Sheen, no.
You don't appreciate. If you were to appreciate, then I wouldn't have to fireball you.
But that's burning me, and you would be a fucking psychopath. And you're
Nah,
psychotic to think that Monkey is not going to cut the wizard's hair off. Because he has too much hair, it's not going to fit under a hood.
Listen here, man. What I'm going to tell you is that John Moxley is the man, and I wanted him to win. And Daniel Garcia is my second favorite JAS member now because I don't know how he did it, but he's actually making me think the wizard shit is kind of savage. Sorry, not sorry. You can't change my mind about it. You're not gonna make me think the wizard shit's not
I'm not even denying
savage.
that it's savage.
He's pulling it off.
It's working, but I also told no lies. He's a hypnoticizer. He burnt a random civilian. You tried to
because he's a wizard.
Okay, but there's
dude,
responsibility.
And there's responsibilities.
With great power comes great responsibility.
I didn't say that. I said you have responsibility, so that means sometimes you have to burn a motherfucker because you're a wizard.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to burn a motherfucker because a motherfucker burnt you.
Nah, you're a human though. You don't have the have the powers to do that.
Okay, but you don't
have the powers to burn a person.
Okay, he literally is
a human burning something. We're cutting most of this, but a human burning something.
Saf, keep it in.
No, Safari, you
Saf,
you gotta. This is way too much.
For a reason, Saf. Unless you want to be Sapphire. Listen, I was still talking, and I lost my train of thought because I had to yell at Sapphire. No, I'm not wrong because Chris Jericho started all this foolishness with the wizardry because he couldn't handle a fair and square loss to the Mad King, Eddie Kingston.
I got a
He
mad.
didn't shake his hand.
I got a mad look. Okay, but no, but what I'm telling you is that, of course not, because you don't understand that I was only working at like 50% capacity.
Oh my God, no, he was not. Chris Jericho.
He's a wizard.
He's old, is what you meant to say.
He's a wizard. He was literally holding back.
He's literally as old as fucking any Hufflepuff person you can name right now.
Eddie got the best of him just because he's literally cheese man, but it's all good.
He didn't even win with cheese. He fucking tapped him out.
You ain't wrong. No, I love Eddie, and he's not cheese man, but I'm just trying to argue for the JAS a little bit because I think Jericho's putting in work.
No one,
putting in work.
No one should ever appreciate them.
Yeah, you should be appreciated, bro. I'm with it. I'm with it. You don't deserve to sing it. I'm gonna sing it this week, but you don't deserve to sing it. Hey, if anyone out there ever catches him singing it, burn him at the stake. Because he is a witch. He's not a wizard.
This Jude's an ass.
Nah, you're not getting that off. Nah. Puns are witchcraft. Burn him at the stake.
I can...
Nope. Don't do it to me. Don't give me another pun. I don't want it. I'm a wizard. Fireball time is almost coming.
I can break down the walls of Jericho. I can break down the walls of Jericho and infiltrate your castle.
Dude, what have you become?
And I will stab your lion heart with a lion tamer. I have become the Judas in my mind.
This segment's over. We're good.
I win. You're a stupid idiot.
Nah, Wizards OP, but it's all good. We're moving on.
Yeah, overpowered. Why is a wrestler trying to... Or a wrestler. Why is a wizard... Well, I guess he technically is one now.
He's a wrestling wizard.
Whatever. Shut up.
Oh, we're moving on?
Real quick. Yes, a person with magical powers is obviously going to be overpowered compared to a human professional wrestler.
That's right. You shouldn't burn people because you're just a human professional wrestler. It's all good, and we're moving on now. It's all good.
It's fine. The JAS looked like in sync when they all wore white.
Dude, we're gonna remind them.
Everybody, yeah.
Okay. You know who is looking?
Oh, but I called it. I called the William Regal thing. I wanted to say the William Regal thing so long ago. I called the William Regal so long ago. So long ago, I wanted to say that William Regal called.
Yeah, bro. Who? What were you talking about? Sorry, we can.
I fucking told you that William Regal was gonna say blood and guts.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
Called it. Final thing, I guess we can move on. Finally, we've been here for 25 seconds.
Yeah, dude, let's fucking move on.
My
I'm
school
sorry.
my school
Let's
didn't
finally.
my school
let's,
didn't teach me the difference between minutes, hours, and seconds.
I'm sorry. Let's. You didn't. Okay. Okay. Let's get to the next match. Another match from Dynamite. Uh,
Incorrect.
a debut match.
Incorrect. Incorrect did not happen on Dynamite.
Oh, it was. It was a Rampage match.
It sure fucking was.
Yes,
Otherwise, I
yes.
wouldn't have said you were wrong.
One of the only 3 matches on Rampage?
Yeah. Well, no,
Four
I believe
because of the stomp.
the powerhouse
Yeah,
objects. Yeah.
yeah. One of the 3 long lengthy matches.
One of the 3 real matches.
Kiera Hogan and the debuting Athena, the Fallen Goddess.
The fallen goddess, Athena Palmer, formerly known as Ember Moon.
Solid debut performance.
Those wings were savage.
Very, very cool aesthetic. Yeah, with the hand controlled fucking flapping
The,
wings. Super sick.
The designer, is that the creator, the engineer behind those? I don't know if that. I don't fucking know. She was like, "Whoa, it's cool to see my stuff on TV or whatever," and it's cool that like I think Athena like would retweeted it or probably quoted it or some shit. You know, that's tight.
dope.
That's
Hell
tight.
yeah.
Get the name, you could get more clients.
Yeah, and doing different type of stuff. Maybe working on a movie or something.
Ooh,
someday.
yeah, who knows?
You know what I mean? That'd be super dope. The match itself actually was executed pretty well for someone who I feel Kiera Hogan's been pretty much on relegated to dark for most of the year.
Yeah.
She's been spotting here and there, you know what I mean, in certain matches, but she's been pretty much on dark. So coming out in a solo match for a debut match with someone who has a lot of already kind of clout coming in, I feel like this was a really good opportunity for her, which was cool. Coming out of the baddie section with the new addition of Malcolm.
Big Stokely Hathaways.
I'll get it right eventually. Yes.
Real quick.
Big Stokes.
I just realized why you probably thought this happened on Dynamite. Because they squared off on Dynamite.
Yes.
At first.
Yes.
Because Tony Schiavone had to cut the shit real fast, okay?
Of course.
Because the baddies had something to say.
Did it come out in wasn't they kind of stomped on Athena's little opening
Like
day,
I feel like
day parade,
I
right?
feel like
Yeah.
she instantly got she might have gotten a couple lines
lines
off, but she got interrupted pretty quick by the whole baddie gang.
Yeah.
Squad. Might as well call it the Daddy Gang now that Big Stokely's running the place, huh?
But they
And then
unfortunately cut a L on Rampage.
yeah, she did a single.
Yeah,
But it's
Kiera
always nice to
unfortunately
build
cut a L.
the single feud that is gonna happen between Athena and Jade Cargo, I believe.
Yes.
And then even some TV time for the whole baddie crew.
Yes.
Athena Palmer. Athena Palmer, Anna Jay, and shit.
Maybe Statlander.
Statlander.
Yeah, maybe Statlander gets in the picture as well. with
Statlander
this,
is the other one who came out.
because she was on the pay-per-view event.
I just got a bad brain.
Oh,
The
good.
brain sometimes goes off the boil a little.
They didn't this whole week make any of those two connect to her. I hope that they do. I hope they do, because I think that it'd be great to see them elongate this feud with duos or even trios match. However, if they want to only pair 1 or 2 or however they want to do it, I think that
Yeah, 'cause
it'd
they
be
could
cool.
do many things for a while without, and I feel like
Before we get to the Athena Jade eventuality, we could get a lot of mix-ups, I feel, of what the baddies versus a group of girls.
And I like it because like once they literally or like their third match with their rival at the time, you are expected to know, like almost now, like if you've been a viewer of AEW or just wrestling, you're expected to know that you're expected to know their moves. So you expect weird looking reversals where you're like, what even was supposed to be that? And you're like, oh, well, what's supposed to happen is Kiera Hogan is supposed to actually hit a suplex right there, but Athena did some craziness and did a
She saw the suplex
yeah.
coming from this far,
Yep,
many
yeah.
moves out, so she positioned herself to bounce off the ropes and and do
crazy.
that. Yeah.
Crazy nonsense. But I'm excited for all that because these two specifically, just because we just the singles match, they did fucking fantastic in the singles match.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Technically, it was pretty technically sound for most of it. I do believe there was a botch in there, but fuck it.
Yeah, there was a couple like little slip ups, but I mean, it was also Rampage was an hour long, and they had 3 matches that were all pretty decent length matches.
You gotta hit your times no matter what. So
they were decent length matches, and you could tell that at the end of each one of these matches, the wrestlers were pretty winded. Like these were athletically taxing matches. They kind of pulled out all the stops
I'm not the
on
best
Rampage.
at math, but they're probably each like 10 to 15.
Oh, at least 15 minutes, I'd say each of the matches were. Definitely the women's match was about 15 minutes, and the main event.
Rightfully so. The main event should be a little
The
longer too.
tag team match, actually, those 2 matches may have been
The
closer
tag
to
team match?
20
The
matches. 20 minutes, and the tag team match might have been closer to the
Which
10
tag
to
team
15.
match? Sorry.
The tag team on Rampage, which was the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros.
Oh, because I was gonna say the Starks and Hobbs one happened, if I'm not mistaken, immediately before the Palmer.
Yes, and that one was about a minute or two.
That's why I was like, no, that one was like definitely a minute. Like I think I don't think no one had an entrance.
Yes, you are correct about that. But speaking about the Young Bucks and Lucha Bros, before we get into them in that amazing Rampage duel, let's get into the Dynamite 10-man craziness that happened with the Young Bucks involved.
I've got this. Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, Darby Allin was Jeff Hardy's hand-picked replacement. Christian Cage and Matthew Hardy. They took on 2 brothers, Matt and Nick Jackson. They also took on Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, and Adam Cole, Bay's hand-picked replacement, Hikaru, who is more known in New Japan and, if I'm not mistaken, Bullet Club.
All right. Hikaru was definitely new for me, but
As well, same.
wasn't bad.
I liked him.
Yeah,
I saw
wasn't
a
bad.
tweet, but I saw a tweet and someone was like very upset that he was the pick, and they were like, he's very boring. So, but also this guy always just hates on everything AEW does. So I tried to take it without
Okay.
a grain of salt, but obviously I was like watching him.
Someone
more.
who
I was watching him more. I never seen this guy. I was like, okay, is he boring? But I was like, no, this guy's good. He's okay.
Okay.
A tall person, a person with lengthier legs is literally hit or miss no matter what. So you're either gonna be really good, like Luchasaurus, or you could be really bad. But thankfully, Hikaru was mid.
Upper mid?
Upper, like past average,
Okay.
I would say. For what he just did a lot of bumps.
Okay. I mean, from this match, what I remember the most, which is kind of crazy, I remember Darby Allin, which is
Being in there,
yeah.
period, after the fucking Double or Nothing.
First of all, yeah, being in there after what an insane match he had with Kyle O'Reilly. But it's a replacement that actually makes sense because he just fought Kyle O'Reilly.
Sure, yeah, makes sense, but it's cool that they probably actually like got to pick or like ask, hey, do you want to do this?
And since there was already a substitution on the other side, for a substitution to be on each side, I liked as well, because then the chemistry's kind of thrown off on both sides by one person.
Yep.
So it seemed to be set up extremely well, and Darby Allin stood out from his team as someone who, like, I guess, in comparison to Hikaru, who we were just saying, and this is kind of to your point, didn't maybe give his team as much. Darby Allin seemed to, like, show up and maybe give his team more than Jeff might have even.
Sure.
Maybe not, but maybe.
I don't know how old Hikaru was.
But do you think he
but
would have
Allin is
given his
obviously-
team more than Adam Cole? Adam Cole is one of the
Well, he's
top
a speedier.
wrestlers.
He's a faster guy. The match might have just felt faster. Like it might have been a little reverse.
True.
Jungle Boy's team might have been a little slower because of Jeff.
True.
But Darby Allin, to my point, is more than likely the youngest,
Yeah.
if not JB. So, and those two were flying around a
Yeah.
lot.
The
The Young
speed.
Bucks are still flying around fast, but they're like not old yet, and evolution's crazy, I guess. But the end of the match was also a good thing to note on, because Matt Hardy was trying to like console Jungle Boy, and Christian Cage had to push him away. He got like jealous or like protective. He was like, "That he's a small little baby."
Yeah, that's
And-
my protege.
And when Christian Cage came to AEW, Matt Hardy and him had a feud, so there's probably still bad blood there in a weird sense. And this is going to lead to some sort of turn or
Okay.
exit. Hopefully not a turn. Turns don't always got to end things.
Well, they're not gonna make Jungle Boy be the bad guy, and like it doesn't look like they're gonna do that. So it's gonna be Christian, like kind of
Influencing it.
trying to influence the rip
For
apart,
sure.
and
Rip apart, maybe. Yeah, because Jungle Boy was, like, he walked away so easily. So easily. He's like, oh, shit. He's like, I see you. I see you. My dad wants me. My dad's here now. See you.
yeah, I think that he's gonna influence a like isolation, which will influence them to not continue to be homies. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they play it out. I definitely think that has definitely more interesting storylines on it, that side. The Young Bucks and Red Dragon didn't really look like they had as much tension going on like we kind of thought they had going on as before.
Facts.
Because about a month ago, they were like kind of at each other's throats.
I was going to cut you off so hard and just yell, hey, listen, and then do the Zero Murdo thing. But I guess you weren't ready to move on just yet.
No, because that's it's weird. Where's why was the replacement Hikaru instead of
Jay White's probably busy.
yes. But okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, but that's a weird.
That one would have made sense too, though. That one
This would have been
sense.
it would have been a great moment for him to be included on TV time, I guess.
Yeah, but he probably is running a different circuit. Like Wheeler Yuta is running a whole different circuit real quick. So it's like that's why he wasn't a part of the Anarchy match. I don't think he's been on TV for a minute, right? So I think scheduling basically.
Okay. And maybe that's why they put that tension on pause, because they don't have
Right.
the keystone of why
Yeah.
the tension is there. They don't have that to play off of, so there's no reason for them to be beefing. So maybe that makes sense. And the Young Bucks, like you said, they still fly around, even though they're middle age, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
They still fly around, and they make people look old. Or they make people look older than them, even if they are older or the same age, I should say, because a lot of people are probably roughly around the same age as them. They have a younger and older one, right? So
Oh yeah.
in between, or like roughly around the same age as one of them,
Yeah.
in between space mostly. I feel that's gonna be most wrestlers in the in between
Aren't
space.
they twins? Isn't one only older than by a little bit?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think I could be wrong. I could be thinking of a different tag team.
I thought it was like
Go, though.
they look maybe like one is could be more mature by a year or so.
Yeah, the balding one.
Not
Yeah, no, they're
significantly.
5 years apart.
5. Okay, yeah, so that's
Matthew's the older
decently
one.
significant.
Hey, Matthew's the older one, and for the Hardys too.
well, and so in that 5-year gap, I feel what are their ages now that we're here?
30. I said 5 years apart. I believe it said 37. 30
For the oldest?
For the older
Yeah,
one.
so in between 32 and 37, that's damn near most of the roster probably is in that group. And so and they make everybody look old. They make people who are in that age group look old because they just move so fast and their moves are so high flying. And like I said before when we were watching the pay-per-view, they fucking have so many moves that look like finishers.
Mm-hmm.
they're just kicking everybody in the damn head and flying off the top all the goddamn time.
Oh, Jeff is the older one. Fuck.
Yeah, I was wondering because, but
Matt just
I wasn't
looks.
sure.
Matt looks older, but Jeff like moves slower. Always, I've felt that.
oh, interesting.
I've always felt that, and maybe it's because Jeff Hardy has always been doing the risk taker things like longer than Matthew. But 44 is Jeff, 42 is Matt.
They're closer, yeah. You can tell. What about the Lucha Bros while we're here? Why not?
Sure, dude. Go on the Lucha Bros, bro. Tell me how they lost, because I'm so mad about it.
So, like we were saying, these matches on Rampage were long. We were probably about 10 minutes into a classic brothers versus brothers, Lucha
Two
Bros
brothers.
and Young Bucks match.
Two of them.
We know what they do.
Two brothers.
I mean, I've only been watching for so long, and they've already had 2 matches where I've been like, this is the best tag team wrestling there is. And the Lucha Bros, yeah, they put on. There was a few moments Ray Phoenix had spots that are literally so creative.
1985. So 37 for Penta.
Okay.
Penta es el mero. Penta escuro. 44 for Ray Phoenix. I don't believe that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right. They say Ray's the younger one. But
I clicked on the wrong one. I clicked on the wrong one by accident. Alex is 44. Their manager. I got fat fingers. 31.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, Ray moves so good. Tightrope walking, going to the outside.
The flips over the ropes, between the ropes.
Okay, Penta will go over the ropes though onto the outside with some speed too.
Yes.
But Ray will climb up and go crazy.
The rotations, the
they
corkscrews.
put on.
It's crazy.
It's
fantastic, the German may say.
Nick Jackson hit a spot that probably was most likely spot of the night when he drop kicked Ray when he was on Penta's shoulders.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was disgusting.
That was nasty.
Drop kicked him.
Yeah, he drop kicked him when he climbed up. He climbed up to the top rope and then he jumped and drop kicked Ray.
That was cool.
And Ray did.
I was thinking of the little senton dive, where when Ray was on top.
That was sick.
Where Ray was on top of Penta, on top of the turnbuckle, middle turnbuckle. I thought that's what you were referring to for a second, but no, yeah, the dropkick one was nice. Dude, the Young Bucks just got clean sequencing, bro.
Yeah.
Because, like, the whole closing out sequence that resolved with the Meltzer driver for the W, well, that and the unmasking. Quick, brutal, disgusting, dirty-handed tactic, which would be an automatic disqualification in lucha wrestling. So rude.
Yeah,
and then he put it on afterwards.
Yeah, mad disrespect.
We gotta stop letting the Jacksons dress up as other tag teams.
Facts, though.
The Hardys, D-Generation X, Elvis, the Ghostbusters, and now the Lucha Brothers. Put an end to it. Put an end to it. The same way that I'm putting an end to this one, and the same way that Scorpio Sky put an end to Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti, who, respectfully, they got engaged.
Congrats.
So cute. I believe it was, I don't know if it was on the Eiffel Tower, on the top of it, or like they had a view of it, but
it looked good.
Cool.
I ain't gonna lie.
Good for
it
you.
Looked good.
Are you guys going to be away, though? Are you guys going to be away from TV for a while? Is that why Ty...
Honeymoon for a couple weeks?
Yeah, is that why Ty was, like, looking kind of... Like, she not, like, in a rude way, but, like, her character, okay? In the ring was, like, looking bad. Like, she got manhandled by Paige Van Sant.
She got beat twice.
Yeah, so...
recently.
Yeah.
Pretty badly. So I can see how that was a way for us to, push her into the ranks, into...
But she was on fire for, before the... It's okay.
Leading up until she lost to Jade, she was. I won't lie. She was on fire.
She was on fire, and then some stuff happened. She took a different direction. So, you know what I mean? Something.
So, not only did Scorpio Sky do that, congrats. He also put an end to Dante Martin in the ring.
That man, the kiddo, Dante Martin, continues to improve, whether it's in ring skill or mic work,
Yes,
or
agreed.
even the small things like the facial work, or I mean, his footwork is already impeccable.
His in-ring
But
abilities,
and like
I mean,
even
top
like
notch.
knowing where like the ref is, like his ring awareness is not the worst by any means, and he is a high flyer, and he's like a skinny, lengthy boy.
And he seems like he has the frame to put on enough meat to where he could.
Well, you saw his older brother finally,
Yeah.
so he
Yes.
easily could.
I feel he has the frame to where he could put on enough meat to where he could be like Drew McIntyre almost size. Almost. Drew's probably a little
Yeah.
bit taller, I think, by a few inches, maybe 3 inches or so. But he could be like that Brawlic. I feel like he could get beefy. Yeah, I like that. But
This guy's making up words. My name is Gru.
I I enjoyed seeing Scorpio win though. I didn't want to see Dante Martin um just get a sneak TNT win.
Not for the belt, but it would have been
Yeah.
cool. It's always cool a sneaky win, but when it's like cheesy for the belt, like that's one. I need Scorpio to actually hold it for a long time, like they said. That would be fucking awesome. This time I need him to hold it long.
So one critique I might make, and I don't know, shoot me down if it's stupid, but why not have Scorpio face Seidel this week, and Ethan face Dante? Dante beats Ethan, and Scorpio beats Seidel, and then the Dante and Sky matchup maybe looks, because it was executed perfectly, but I kind of felt it was a little predictable going into it. I was like, Dante Martin's a great wrestler, but we know he's not going to be taking the strap. I feel with maybe one more week of build, it would have at least been a little bit less predictable.
But I think they made it seem unpredictable in the ring.
Okay. Yeah, no, and I agree.
A lot of moments where I was like, oh, okay.
And that's why I said the execution of the match needs to be the same. I just feel the pre-match build, if they extended it, it would have been.
They were in LA, weren't they? For Dynamite?
True.
Oh, and Rampage?
Because that was
'Cause They
Rampage.
probably recorded both. Or recorded Rampage.
Yeah, they were in Los Angeles. Yes, they were.
So there's no shot he would have lost there.
Ethan Page?
Sorry, I meant the real thing that happened. So I was like, obviously, now that I'm thinking about it. But still, Dante did have some moments where I was like, oh, shit. But I just don't know if, because Matt Sydal, it's also, I think, like a dark guy, but I don't know what his other wrestling schedule is.
Okay.
And I don't know if All You Go Ethan Page wrestles like that much.
Okay. And Page was on the pay-per-view. Sky was as well, but Sky's a champion, so we expect him to continue to wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Page was on the pay-per-view, so maybe he takes
Yeah, sure.
a week off. I kind of maybe get that as well.
He had to
Seidel
learn
was
how
on
to- he
TV
had to
last
learn how
week
to not
against
yell.
Danielson. Seidel was on
Yes.
TV in a match
Yeah.
last week against Danielson, so maybe he doesn't get ring time with that as well. I see it. I just kind of wanted to say something about how we don't talk about the predictable matches that happen on AEW very much, or I don't complain about their predictability when it happens because they are so unpredictable most of the time. But when it does happen, I feel I should call it out, because with the other brand, I call it out every time because they do it so damn often.
Mm-hmm. So real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
You got something?
You just said it too. You just said that champions should be on the TV after a pay-per-view. What champion was missing from both shows after a successful defense? The women's champion
True.
was not on TV. Was not talked
Thunder
about,
Rosa.
I don't think. On Dynamite, I don't think she was talked about. Or on Rampage, I know she wasn't on the show. She didn't have a match. She didn't have a promo. Nothing. She won that match in a match that, like, unfortunately seems like it got brushed over, but I'm wondering if her getting, like, filing a complaint of her screen time, I believe that happened on the day after Double or Nothing. She was like, I don't really like what you guys are, like, doing with my screen time, I guess. And I don't know if that had to do with why she's not on the card this week.
Interesting. I don't like that. It took me this long to realize that we didn't see her all week. I don't like that you just had to bring that up to me. Yeah, we definitely should have
She's
at
had
least
two
heard something.
defenses? Nyla Rose and Serena Deeb. Am I missing
Yeah.
one? Just a lot of. She's had screen time. She's had a lot of promo time against Serena Deeb.
I think it's only been.
The title win against Baker. Nyla Rose, the defense. She might have had a random defense on a week show.
I think so against. I don't think Nyla Rose was her first defense.
She was the first one.
Okay.
Because I remember being like, "Oh, cool! They're getting the."
I thought she
the
faced
biggest one down.
Mercedes Martinez as well. Maybe that was before.
I know that they tagged. They did
Oh, I
some.
thought-
They did some chemistry stuff. I think they worked
I
together.
thought they had a match.
Mercedes Martinez just took on Tiana, I believe is her name, recently for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship.
Oh, it wasn't. Yeah, this was like about a month and a half ago. I thought.
Sure.
I'm maybe.
Well, so was that one, I
remembering
think.
wrong. Oh, okay.
The unification.
I thought I
Ring of
remember
Honor
that.
one.
Maybe I'm remembering that as the same match. But I thought I thought that happened more recently, and I thought the other match happened long ago. But
Maybe not. But still, it's been a while.
yeah, and either way, 2 or 3, that's not enough.
2 or 3.
In
is not enough.
comparison to what they've been doing with all of their other belts, and even just some other storylines that they run with. I mean, how often? I mean, we get BCC versus JS every week for the last 2 months, which we're not saying that's bad. We like it, but this has been my argument with you for a little bit, is that they don't have enough time in the week or enough hours in the week of programming to sometimes go this deep into certain feuds, or they need to start more feuds and kind of juggle them a little bit better and have them go longer.
It's not that hard, okay? You just do a call-out promo every once in a while, okay? And then when the person who is the caller-outer, the person who calls you out is in the match, okay? And then you, like, interfere somehow, and that will build your rivalry to another level. And then what you're going to want to do the week after that is have the person who got called out in a match against, and these random filler matches could be against any other woman on the ranking system, because you guys have a ranking system. What you could do is have the lady who got called out in a match, and then she loses by disqualification, obviously, by the person who called her out. And then, bada boom, bada bing, rivalry is at stage 3, boom. And then you can have them do a singles match if you wanted, before the fucking belt is on the line. And then you could be like, oh, I got you, though. And then she can be like, give me another shot, though, eh? And then she'd be like, okay.
Yeah,
and then,
man.
boom, a belt match happens after all that. But it's fine.
Yeah, you laid it out. A longer build. They've been doing fucking 2-week builds for the last 6 months, and they've been throwing championship matches here and there and here and there, and just going. And so it's like, sometimes
Here and there, to a sense.
let it cook.
Yeah.
Let it cook a little bit.
Yeah, don't just let the heavyweight or the world championship. Jesus Christ, dude, my brain just had a little aneurysm.
I mean,
Your world champion should have a longer build. It's had a pretty good build for the main person, which is like how I thought they were gonna do things. Like Hangman had Lance Archer. He had another feud.
Lance Archer was fast, but the Punk one was longer. Danielson was longer, but they gave us the wrestling pretty quick because they had two matches.
Two fucking
Long
1 hour
matches.
long ones.
Yeah. So, and that's where I'm saying it's like sometimes they don't do enough build for consecutive weeks. Like, so sometimes, because a build can, like you said, a promo is what, 2 minutes at most?
Could be, yeah, sure.
2 to 5 minutes maybe. And a match is 5 to 10 minutes for them. They don't do short matches very often.
Yeah, no, and even like the first match where it might not even be the two actually involved in the feud could easily be a 5-minute action-packed one.
Yep.
And then same with the other side. And then you guys could do 10 and then 15 if you wanted to. And you don't and obviously you can't do this literally every time. You can't you're not going to want to copy and paste it every time because then it'll get stale and hella boring, but it's how you can help things.
Yeah.
You can help branch off that way.
And yeah, I feel they got to look at their time. They got to say, oh, we have 180 minutes and we're using 140 of them for wrestling. So how are we going to use these other 40 minutes? Okay. And what can we do with these 140 minutes to make the product better? Oh, do we need to cut it down to even just 133? Well, 7 more minutes across the whole entire, week of program make the program better if it's 7 more minutes of talking? Or do we need to do the reverse? Do we need to just say, hey, no, this is what's happening. It's this match. And we just need to keep throwing it more at you. I don't know what the formula is. I'm just a watcher. What I feel is they get into too many things too fast. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if they got, maybe if they had a little bit more fluidity to it, but it was just as fast, like how I was saying. If Matt Sydal had a match and Ethan Page and Dante Martin, if that was the way they did it, then they have more matches, you know what I mean? And probably more time of matches. But they are maybe doing the build longer still, how we kind of want.
Right.
And so I don't know the science. I'm not a scientist, but I do think there's a different way to do it to get us a better story for certain specific wrestlers who we want to have good stories. We want this every time it's defended to have a good story behind it. In this strap, in the women's titles, like we want those to be prestigious.
Even if it is like a quick 2-week build, though, I'm gonna want it to be impactful. Like the Nyla Rose one kind of was impactful.
Facts. I agree. And it felt like it was on the show maybe 3 times in those 2 weeks. It was like 2 promos and
even
the
Rosa
match.
finally getting the belt was cool, and it didn't happen on a pay-per-view.
Facts.
It happened in her hometown in a fucking steel cage.
Facts.
Wrecked her on some thumbtacks.
And I don't want to get crazy with it, but it feels like and it felt like they gave Britt Baker a lot of shine when she was rolling.
Yes, but it's funny that you just said Rowan, because during the pandemic, like the first years or so of the pandemic, she was injured in a wheelchair, so she was just rolling around, not as champion, but so when she was able to wrestle and stuff, and crowds were coming back, her name was already big from being just on TV all the time from the pandemic, so they gave her the belt, and so since she's a dominant or prominent name, they probably had it on her for a bit. But
they
and,
just
her feuds were still like more so like, nah, I don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah, and I feel like, but her just screen time was just always, she got to address the crowd a lot. She got to just talk her shit.
Yeah.
And I feel that's even important, though, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, that's even important for your champions to get that. Like, Scorpio Sky even gets that, I feel. He'll get his shot to kind of talk his shit.
They definitely tried to give Rose a solo, like, promo interview time. But I feel like 25% of the time Deeb came out. Well, just speaking on this feud alone, I feel like 25% Deeb ended up coming out, and then they would end up talking to each other.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. So they tried, but like it was like
true.
There was no like I feel like DMD had like other banter. She'd just be backstage with Tony Schiavone, just like talking shit about the whole division, calling shots for her goons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
her little crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what it should be.
Pause 1 second.
Why?
There's a spider. It's on the ground. It's on the ground. It's small. It's on the ground.
You, yeah.
I would have done something more immediate if it was danger.
Oh, I know, but I just don't like them.
Oh, it's running away. It knows. The guy in 12B. It knows.
So not a fan. Oh my god, you have my reaction on camera. That's a good blooper.
I'm sorry.
I think you got it.
No, but I didn't. The first couple times I didn't. It was still using its legs.
Good thing we're not in China, otherwise you would have just lost a fortune.
Got my lucky band
Oh,
on.
so you think it's just gonna counteract because you got the lucky band on, do you?
I hope so.
I'm gonna watch the luck out of the Irish before I go to bed tonight, and then maybe our reverse luck will be luck
Doubled.
still.
Okay.
I can't believe that I forgot that we were recording a thing, and I got so scared because you said the word spider, so pussy.
You thought it was one of those trapdoor spiders, huh?
Definitely not because of like where I am in life,
Yeah.
but I just don't like them.
Okay. And we're gonna move on. Are you done with the?
That was a good thing to keep for the pod, though, huh?
It was great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I feel we both had. I feel like my 2 cents wasn't terrible this time. It wasn't blabber. Sometimes I blabber on a 2 cents. Sometimes.
Eh.
This time it was good.
Oh God.
Had to take care of that. Sorry.
Take care of what?
You know, sometimes you gotta
Nope.
address.
Nope.
Because
No.
I'll keep it in, dude. Just don't do that to me. Because
no.
I'll keep some of it in.
No.
You
No.
want to know what? Previously on Cutting Around the Ring 5 seconds ago. What? Cuts it in. Okay.
You could just throw that at the end if you want to cut it out, but at the end of like
Okay.
have the curtain, and then have like a cut real quick to the end, and then
That would be so funny.
and then just in case for the people who didn't see it, you could start next week's video with it. I'll give you that, but I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. But I do want to talk about something else.
Okay, but
It's important.
are you ready?
Yeah, you can hit it. It's super important. Listen. It's the Ass Boys.
Ass boys, let me hear you say
Ass Boys. Yeah.
Sacramento.
No. San Diego.
No, shut up, you idiot. This is how it's done. Los Angeles. The acclaimed have arrived.
Okay, dude. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Billy, guns, children. Probably gonna not like him because he's been liking the acclaimed. Doesn't matter though.
Dude,
The
they're
acclaimed and Max Caster. So amazing.
Yeah. No, Max
Those guys
Caster,
could be Dublin.
Bowens.
Yeah, Bowens is out and he's still amazing.
The pairing with the Gun Club is something that I
Huh?
didn't.
The who?
The Ass Boys.
Ass
Um,
boys.
I didn't think that I would like it as much as I do. I guess I knew that it was okay after the first promo. I was like, oh no, this is a good pairing at least. Like
Very funny.
Yeah, but I didn't know it would stick like this.
No, like it's one of those moments that probably they didn't know was gonna do it like this.
Yeah, and it's
to
good.
this caliber, to this
It's really good.
craziness, dude. Yeah, it's a bit captivating.
So, do you have any match preview you want to go through? Because before we get into the other side of this, I just have a little bit of something I want to say
The other side
about
of this?
who they
wait,
went against.
No, go for it. Go on it.
On the Ass Boys and Max Caster and just that whole kind of squad in general.
Ass claimed.
Yes.
I'm TMing that.
I feel I don't feel it's gonna happen anytime soon, and I'm not sure kind of what I'm not sure what the long-term situation is, but I've been on this for a little bit now, but I feel that the peace, love, and unity wrestling thing hits, bro. And there could definitely be a version of that is adopted by this group, and it doesn't have to be the same. They don't have to join them in the sense, but like they need a phrase. They need it like a phrase like that they stand for, and it needs to almost be more for about silliness.
But they already have a tagline, and it's that they have arrived, and it's that everybody loves them.
Okay. Everybody loves them. Okay. Yeah, that
Motherfucker
sticks.
raps on the way down, and then your city
No,
name
no.
gets yelled. The whole thing is a shtick.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, you want them to have like a catchphrase?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I want them to have
Bazinga.
I want them to have like a tagline that
I know what you
they
are.
can put merch on. Because like everybody loves the Acclaimed is you can make shirts out of that.
And they have. Go to shopaew.com, not an ad. Oh, speaking of ads, yo, be sure to check out alloutelite.com if you get the chance. Be sure to check it out weekly, okay? Because we got all the wrestling news on the weekly shows. And even sometimes, sorry, he distracted me. ADHD brain's going crazy. Sometimes we'll even drop little articles about like wrestling history and stuff. Be sure to give it a little checkaroo. Be sure to look for AJ Diesel or Adrian Diesel on there. Okay, sometimes I forget the name and what it's on there.
Don't forget,
When
but it's all good.
When I log into work, it says hello AJ Diesel, and so I think and when I like preview the post, it says by AJ Diesel. So I started putting written by AJ Diesel, aka Adrian Diesel.
The boy, yes.
At
check out
alloutelite.com.
Yeah, alloutelite.com. Check all that out. And I guess what I was just kind of saying was they could have a little tagline, and he could, I feel the same, like listen. The way it's,
Listen.
now imagine if there was like an outro always. The way that everybody loves the Acclaimed. Imagine if Max also had an outro that he said like that was kind of witty and it's like a little one-liner.
Okay.
That's that's the angle I'm going for.
Okay.
Before everybody loves the Acclaimed, because that needs to stay. Well, everything that they have needs to stay. I would just love if they added something like, I don't even know. The Ass Claimed is fucking here in their badass.
It would be cool if like the four of them had, or five including Billy, if they had a thing,
tag,
a
little tag.
Sure.
And that includes all of them, so that when the merch is sold, it's all five of them.
Instead of just ass boys, like half stuff, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
And that's all. And I mean, hey, there's definitely still a lot of wrestlers out there who don't have exactly a direction, and everybody loves the Acclaimed.
It's true. It's damn true.
And I don't think that they'd hate if they had some more people to have a sister party with.
Oh, I'll be scissoring them all the time.
So, I mean, it feels good that Max and the Gun Club, they look good.
They did look good. They looked a lot better than the other side. Than one part of the other side.
True.
Than 1/3. Oh, God.
Yeah, the other side
Of
with
Punk TR.
CM Punk and 6 stars.
FTR.
It wasn't
The smoothest. The neatest.
Yeah, it wasn't the cleanest
The best.
execution from our champions. True. Yes.
Technically.
It wasn't the smoothest execution. Similar to what we got at the pay-per-view, just not exactly the smoothest execution.
Yeah. You can't just, and I'm just gonna be a hater because I'm in the zone. You can't just give me a sympathy sorry before you hit me with a Macho Man Randy Savage elbow from the top rope after you botched a move or two.
Yeah.
the enziguri and the hip toss and the power bomb. Not even really hip toss, it's more like the hip and the turnbuckle. But then the power bomb and the dad.
He kind of I don't know. CM Punk to me has never ever looked insecure until like the last 7 days.
But it makes sense. Why now?
Yeah. But it's interesting. It's at the peak of his comeback is when he looks, you know what I mean, looks the worst. It sucks. Yeah, it sucks. But they still pulled it out.
Yeah, the GTS
Champions pulled it out.
and the Magic Killer or the Dead something.
I don't remember the move name on that one.
But the is Savageness of the FTR.
Yeah.
Basically like a toss-up face breaker.
Yes.
It's a sick.
Dax is a beast, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dax is a beast.
I want to hear Cash talk more. I don't know if that's just
Truers?
like not what he wants to do, but I just want to hear it.
Those guys put on for the city.
They're goddamn good. There's a reason. I don't know if they're still the AAA belts because they didn't. They really
only
don't
came
need.
out
They
with
don't.
singles.
But they
Yeah.
don't need to mention it or bring them out every time. But I'm gonna look it up after this. My phone died.
Okay. And I'd like to see where FTR goes after this because I mean they got a win here.
Mhm.
They're coming off of
And they called out anyone from New Japan, or yeah, basically anyone from New Japan because on June 26th, that's also this month.
yeah, it's coming up.
Wild. I feel like Double or Nothing was this month because it was the end of.
So close to the end, yeah.
Yeah. So, if you haven't heard by now, if you live under a rock or you just are unaware, CM Punk is injured. CM Punk wanted to relinquish the belt, but instead, we're going to get an interim champion. How are we going to get an interim champion, you might ask me? Adrian Diesel, you might ask? Well, here's how. On on Dynamite, we're going to start the show with a battle royal. The winner of that battle royal is going to fight in the main event of that Dynamite, Jon Moxley. The winner of that match is going on to fight, if I'm not mistaken, the winner of Tanahashi. I believe he has an opponent. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Tanahashi has an opponent at a show called Dominion, I believe, against some other New Japan Pro wrestler. And the winner of that match is going to Forbidden Door. And then the winner at Forbidden Door will be the interim AEW World Champion.
So, okay.
But try to explain that while you're calling a match.
Yeah, while you see Scorpio Sky pick up Dante Martin off of the top rope while he's about to do a crazy ass move.
And Dan Lambert gets in there and fucking all you go Ethan Page. Yeah, try and do it.
Yeah.
What's Jericho doing?
It was a mess. It was a mess going on.
What was Jericho doing?
They had no clue what to do.
What was Taz doing? I know the announcers shouldn't talk over each other, but why is the one man doing all of it?
No, why did they tell them to give them that cue of all of that information at the same time when they know the cue of the peak of the match?
Well, they might not know.
It's the main event. It's the end of the show. That's why I'm like, no, they left 5 minutes. They did it with 5 minutes left in the show. They knew that they did it bad, I think.
I think they knew.
I think they knew.
As it was happening, they might have been like, this is bad.
So, in it just was timing. They could have done it maybe even in the beginning of that match, and we wouldn't have said anything about it. The delivery would have been much better. But it was confusing to understand. Specifically, the New Japan part. The Battle Royale part was on the screen in bigger letters, so you could just kind of read Battle Royale. This Dynamite, but then as it got lower, this font it looked like it got smaller, and the peak of the match was happening. So as I read the first half, I saw them pick another man up, and I'm like, oh, I gotta stop reading and see what's going on. And it was easy to miss. But what's your prediction? Do you have anyone coming out of the Battle Royale? It's coming up this Wednesday. Do you have
MJF?
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Do you want to get into that before you want to get into that?
No.
If that is the prediction,
watch this.
that
I
is
want him
crazy.
to walk into that battle royal last I want this battle royal to only maybe be even like a 10-man, maybe 15-man battle royal. I want it to be filled with all former WWE guys. I need MJF to come in last. And then I need Maxwell Jacob Friedman to somehow outlast them all by either eliminating them himself or by, just being him.
Beastin'.
Yeah. And then I need him to take out Jon Moxley at the main event of Dynamite. And then whoever his opponent is at Forbidden Door, I need him to win. And then around mid-autumn of Punk, when he comes back from the surgery, they can go at it to see who the champion is. And then I want MJF to put an end to the autumn of Punk before it even really gets to start. And then I want him to take both of the belts. Or just the one if there's probably only going to be one present. Maybe. Maybe not. I want him to take the belt or belts and walk out through the arena and not show up to work.
Oh, that's just MJF's dick falling out of his pants. Holy shit.
And I want
That
him,
would
to,
be
I want
so
him to
crazy.
do all of that. And I know that he can do all of that because he's better than you and you know it. And I think it's time for the moment of the week.
The moment of the week that we agreed on is the man we were just speaking about. Who he wants to get that title. Max Friedman. He decided to lay a pipe bomb, if you will.
A big merger was happening too that day.
A lot of execs. Be a shame if something bad happened, huh?
What?
Would have been a shame if there was wasn't there?
Yeah. This man began for the first probably 2 minutes of his speech destroying
He let the
and
water boil real good.
getting the booze, soaking it in, loving every minute because he knew that they thought this was just another I'm angry at, I'm going to be probably making fun of you moment. But no.
Remember the first time he did this? When he broke my heart? The first time? When he talked about him being...
Yes.
he got picked on, he got bullied on.
Yes. No,
And now he's being watched under a microscope because he is only 26 years old and he's the only person who can carry the company on the back like he has been for months. He's had to write his own destiny unlike all the other execs in AEW, and thank God that he's got great penmanship because he has written moment after moment after moment, and he still isn't getting the respect that he has worked for.
Not at all. Not at all.
And he needs the bag. And so many people want his spot, and anyone can take it at this point because he doesn't want to be there anymore.
Yes, sir.
He doesn't even want to wait until 2024. He wants Tony Khan to fucking fire him. He thinks that his boss should actually be on the other side of the guardrail because he ain't nothing but a fanboy for former WWE guys. Huh?
Maybe if he goes and joins WWE, Tony will like him more.
Well, maybe when he's out of the WWE. I don't know about when he's in it, though.
MJF delivered.
He delivered. I was delivered. I had chills up and down on my spine for a while. For days.
Yeah, the crowd, like I was saying, after about the 3 or 4 minute mark, got kind of quiet, and they just started listening. And then maybe another minute goes by, and he starts getting some pops. He starts getting some crowd reaction in the positive way.
But the control he has when he I believe it's the first time he brings up WWE when he lifts his finger. He goes, "You're too busy hoarding all the money for the former WWE guys," and it gets a little loud, and he just raises the finger up, and then it gets a little quieter, and he instantly goes, "Who can't lace my goddamn boots?" And I pulled out my little lie detector, and it couldn't pick one up.
Sorry, I was searching for a lie. I didn't see one being told.
No.
Talking about that MJF promo, but I don't see a lie being told.
Don't see it.
It's so strange.
So he either needs to get fired, so sadly. He either needs to get paid better, so not so sad. Or above all else, let him become interim champion. Let him wipe away the asterisk by, not literally, but by getting rid of CM Punk on his return match. I want his return match.
That'd be so.
The return match. You know, sorry. Your return match has to be the title one. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. And it's. And I hope it's a beating. I would love to see that.
Well, and I don't know if I want it to be a beating because it would be MJF and CM Punk, and like the story behind that is already pretty heavy.
Yeah, but I kind of want. Well, but this could be a new MJF.
Okay,
this could be a
no,
more
okay,
driven.
Sure. No, but
MJF.
imagine if. Okay, but imagine if the hungrier, stronger, faster CM Punk that he claims that he's going to be when he comes back doesn't actually get stomped right away. Then he also, MJF can be like, I thought you were going to be like it could help like the storyline more.
It could.
He could be like, I thought you did this, blah, blah, blah. And then CM Punk would have to prove it to smaller, like lower ranked competitors.
I feel.
You'd have to really show me. And like the match after that would have to be like an hour-long bout against Daniel Bryan. That's basically how it would have to be. That way he could be like, oh, okay. An hour, I mean like not Iron Man style. I mean like they couldn't finish the time limit. Because it was pretty fair. And then he could be like, okay, see, I kind of am better. I'm getting there. And then from there I could help him regain fucking momentum to be anything.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do I hit the tagline now?
No. You've been going a lot.
Call me Speedy Gonzalez, even though you're not supposed to in 2022.
You've been going a lot on the MJF stuff, and you went into your theory, and I see that. The moment was insane. I believe we went over it. But I kind of want to go off on maybe a little bit of what I think could be possible, especially if they do insert MJF into the title situation.
If it's not MJF, I want the interim champion to be Moxley, by the way. Just by the way. Or the New Japan person. But I feel like it'd be weird if the
It could be anybody. I almost don't want it to be Moxley because I feel
he just had such a good run. I feel like he would be a good dual 2-time.
I just feel like it's gonna be hard for me to believe that CM Punk's gonna come back and beat him.
Well, I guess that would prove that he is bigger, stronger, hungrier, all that though.
Yeah, but I mean,
against Mox, and they could have like a 55-minute long match. And then have CM Punk win or lose.
I mean, long or not, I just don't know. Punk right now,
so sad.
Yeah, he's gonna. I mean, he'd have to throw a fucking crazy match.
Like you're telling me, you have a wild MJF promo, and then CM Punk has to do this on the show afterwards.
Yeah.
You're giving me this. It's like I can't think of the line right now.
Yeah, Moxley to me just I feel is maybe someone who, it'll be I don't know, it's hard for me to imagine a storyline where he's the loser. I don't like him as a loser.
Well, it's real hard to watch him lose the belt.
I don't like him. I don't want and like imagining him as the loser. So I don't want Punk to have to do that to him, because I do want Punk, if it's not MJF or Wardlow, I want Punk to win
Okay.
it back.
Sure.
And I want him to do it in good fashion, but I don't want it to be against these three people. Keith Lee. I don't want it to be
Pick.
I don't want it to be against Keith Lee. I don't want it to be against John Moxley, and I don't want it to be against Hobbs.
I personally would love it if it was a AEW Bread's superstar, competitor, wrestler. That'd be Deanna Garcia.
Yeah.
That'd be Eddie Kingston.
Yes. So, and that's why I don't.
I also would want it to be a young guy.
That's why I
So
don't
sorry,
also
Eddie,
want it to
but-
be Mox a little bit. I don't want it to be Mox or Danielson a little bit. Danielson, no, I think he deserves another shot. So I wouldn't be as mad because
If he's in the Battle Royal. At least.
yeah, because his matches with Hangman were so legendary that, I mean,
His matches with anyone are very. His matches since coming to AEW have been nothing short of.
and so if he makes it back into the picture, I won't be mad. And then that means he'll have to go through Mox
Sure.
to do it, and that will be what sets me over. But I mean, in reality, I do really like your MJF theory. I like the idea of them taking somebody more younger, AEW bred.
MJF. 26.
But what about, okay, and he needs a break. But what about Darby?
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
Because
That'd be amazing, but I also like him a lot with this one.
okay.
No like disrespect or nothing, but I just like this one on him. I mean, I bet he'll get it one day.
I think he would be someone who you could set up to lose to Punk, understandably,
Mm-hmm.
but he would be a great interim. We see what he's gonna be champion.
Okay, yeah.
And that's where
that's what I'm looking for in any of them, and that's why I'm kind of
MJF
like,
too.
and that's why
Mhm.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm like I know Mox would be a good one,
Yeah,
just based off of
'Cause,
precedent.
yeah, and Mox should be the first person to win it back.
Fucking
I
watch
think.
Kenny Omega
Twice.
come back a little too early.
Okay, or that guy. Okay,
Oh,
watch
okay,
out.
you ready for the
Hey,
line now?
yeah, hit it on him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Clowning Around the Ring. Please, if you have not already, hit the subscribe button. You know, I'm not going to tell you to hit the notification button, but please like the video. Please check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Clowning Around the Ring, CATR. We don't have any promo codes for you yet. Wish I did. Check out alloutelite.com on at least a weekly basis. And please, continue clowning.
And there's gonna be some bloopers.
I hate you.